Nolan, so good to see you. A really important topic today, how to make sure your inheritance doesn't disappear. So I came across this surprising new study which found that 42% of heirs see their net worth fall back to or below pre-inheritance levels within just 1 year. And the average inheritance studied in the data, $133,000 gone in 1 year. What's driving that behavior?
Thanks, Erin. This is a great question, and I don't know, becoming my favorite area of finance to get into is the emotional side of
Yeah.
finance. So I would say the thing that's driving a lot of these trends and driving this one in particular is emotion, not logic. It's important to note that during times of transition, especially death, this is something that can be compared maybe to lottery winnings and settlements, but it's arriving at a time of grief, arriving at a time when maybe your judgment's clouded and you're not making the best financial decisions. Money that you receive from death feels different. Some spend fast to avoid sitting with it. You see all sorts of different behavioral things go on. So yeah, I mean, that's what's driving it. It's a lot of emotional decision making. I mean, we talk a lot about emotional decision making with basic finance, but with inheritances, it's exacerbated. It's always worse.
Right. So you've been doing this for a while, Nolan. What mistakes do you see families making when it comes to passing down wealth?
Yeah, so I would say that some of the mistakes that they make are building plans around transferring everything as quickly and tax efficiently as possible. This is an okay structure, but depending on the spending habits of the children or grandchildren or where they're at in life when they inherit it, it can be a pretty bad structure. Accelerating payout to people who are being pursued for legal matters like that could be a real detriment to them. They could lose all the inheritance pretty much right away.
Mhm.
So I would say also some mistakes that families make is lack of communication. Heirs usually find out who gets what after death, not
Mhm.
before it. So it's
Mhm.
important just to talk about it so everybody has the right expectations.
Right.
Um, and then just treating it as a one-time event instead of a process. So I
Mhm.
think that it's a long process. It takes a year or two to settle up somebody's total estate, and to think that the whole thing's going to be done right away and setting that expectation has harmed some people maybe before.
Mhm. So then what are some strategies to ensure that an inheritance actually lasts?
Yeah, so I would say that there are some strategies like giving heirs more shot or like more than one shot, staggering distributions. We have a helpful graphic maybe that can come up to talk about some of the options that you have, but these are ways that you can kind of control assets if you pass away. So, if you want to stagger distributions, if you want to have tiered payouts, basically, where like your inheritors get certain set amounts over certain years, you usually need a trust to dictate those terms.
Right.
I would say strategies to make it last are establishing wills and powers of attorney and actually telling people what their roles are with these things. Talking while you're alive, making sure there's no surprises, explaining why you have the money and why it's going where it's meant to go. Um, I would also just say that it's important to just pair that transfer with guidance. So, like if you're transferring your whole estate, there are some people who just don't know who to go to or who to ask questions or anything like that. So, either a financial advisor or an attorney or a CPA or a blend of those three people is usually a good person to kind of couple your children or grandchildren with so that they can process your estate efficiently.
Mhm.
So there are lots of different ways to, make a meaningful impact, make it last, control things the way that you want to, and still make sure your whole family benefits from the money that you've saved up.
Right. Yeah, I understand why people put off this conversation. Nobody enjoys talking about death, but it really is about helping your family after you pass, making everything easier for them. So as you mentioned, Nolan, it might be hard to get started. Sometimes even just having a professional like you in the room with two generations can lower the temperature and make things easier, make sure everybody's on the same page. So if somebody would like your help with that, how can they get a hold of you?
Sure. They can call 616-301-2581 or our website, which is cornerstone-rp.com. There's a contact us box at the bottom of that page. You can ask any questions there, and we're happy to help.
Great. Nolan, thank you.
Thanks, Aaron.